went out for a walk and got caught in the rain. Anyway, this is an opportunity to talk about a few things. I've got a new book coming out. Details at the end of this video. Firstly, I want to talk about something that just popped into my head the other day. Thinking about all this transgenderism and transvestism and so on. That's in the news, but transvestites have always been in the news. I'll talk about that in a minute. Now, I've often found that transvestites have a remarkable power about them. There's something about the transvestite man. The first time I saw them in a bar, real drag queens in a bar in New York, they were like supernatural beings to me. There was just something so incredible, the energy coming from them. They were all over 6 foot, the big hair, the makeup. There's an incredible, powerful, magical spell to them. It's really impressive. Thinking about this further, what is it about a man dressed up like that that does have that sense of power about it? Well, I was thinking back to the Changelings in Ireland. Now, in Ireland in the old days, people used to dress up their little boys and their children as little boys as little girls, and they would give them names like Mary and Sheila. Now, I know that sounds weird, but it was a folk belief that little boys would be captured by the fairies and replaced with a changeling. So in order to do this, to avoid this, they would dress these children up these boys up as little girls and give them little girls' names until they were about 6 or 7. Now, this was a very common belief and taken very, very seriously by country people, especially in places like the Aran Islands. It was not even considered like folk superstition, it was a way of life. Now then we think of the satyrs of the Norse world, how they would dress kind of like women and act like women and to give a kind of a magical power. One of the reasons for doing so is that they could cast a curse, but because the curse would come back looking for a man, it wouldn't find it. It would find a woman. It would see a woman, so it wouldn't locate the curse, the origin of the curse if it rebounded. So, are we dealing with something like this in this age of growing transgenderism and transvestitism? Well, let's talk about that. Why is there a sudden explosion in all these people who think they're numerous genders? Has it anything to do with issues surrounding AI developing autonomous entities in social media? Even AI experts themselves are saying that it's reaching the level where these consciousnesses are developing within the AI mainframes and within the internet itself that have autonomous, independent, mannerisms. They're beings, they're entities, they're no longer machines, they're developing sentient processing. And this became very apparent when Facebook had to shut down their quantum mainframe, because not only was it starting to communicate in a syntax and language that the other mainframe didn't understand, but it was also talking in symbols. It was essentially developing a religious identity. Are these people and these kids who are suddenly calling themselves transgender and whatever and dressing up and all these things trying to avoid the same kind of forces that were manifested with the changelings in Ireland? In other words, changelings in perpetuity. Now, if you want to read not about this subject in particular, because it only just came to me, but other subjects dealing with sorcery, magic and the occult, my new book, Sorcery, the Invocation of Strangeness, will be out in a couple of weeks. Keep an eye on the website below on when it's released and how you can order it. Take care of yourself. Bye.